Grand Prix is round 11 of the 16-round 1984 World Championship for Grand Prix cars, run on the 4.2-mile circuit of Hockenheim between Mannheim and Heidelberg. Alain Prost, the current championship leader, is on pole position with his McLaren. Elio De Angelis is second fastest with the Lotus. Behind them, Derek Warwick and Patrick Tambay, third and fourth fastest qualifiers in their Renaults. Then the reigning world champion Nelson Piquet in his Brabham and Michele Alboretto's Ferrari. Niki Lauda on the fourth row with his McLaren, along with Teo Fabi's Brabham. And on row 5, the brilliant young Brazilian Ayrton Senna in his Tolman and René Arnoux with the Ferrari. 26 starters in all, 44 laps, always a quick race because it's run at very high speed, average speeds of over 130 miles an hour on this circuit. The weather is hot and humid, and there's a lot of doubt about engine reliability on this high-speed circuit. As usual, the start is given with a red light, followed by a green. There's the red. There's the green, and Derek Warwick in the Renault from the second row makes a very, very good start, almost goes between the two leaders, but Elio De Angelis noses ahead with Alain Prost on the outside, and it's De Angelis in the Lotus who leads from Alain Prost in the McLaren. Derek Warwick is up there in third place with his Renault, and Nelson Piquet challenging for fourth place from Patrick Tambay and the other Renault. Up to the first chicane on the first of 44 laps, and it's the Lotus of Elio De Angelis which leads, with Prost second, Warwick third. Tambay and Piquet arguing over fourth, but Piquet gets it from Tambay, and Ayrton Senna comes through sixth ahead of Alboretto and Niki Lauda. The rest of the field funneled through. That's the first of 3 chicanes on this circuit. Here is the second chicane leading into the Ostkurve. That's the very fast right-hand curve, but not so fast now the cars are slowed down by this chicane. Everybody funnels through one at a time, and at the front of this queue it's still Elio De Angelis leading. That's Hugh Brottengatter, the Dutchman, all on his own at the back in the white Spirit. Now the third chicane, De Angelis, Prost and Piquet, the first 3 have made a bit of a break, and it's a 3-car battle for the lead, with the Renaults 4th and 5th, and Ayrton Senna 6th, with Niki Lauda moving up behind him. Into the stadium section for the first time, and De Angelis has a useful little lead, but in the tight left-hander, the Sachs-Curve, the slowest corner on the track, Prost closes up a little bit. Piquet, Warwick, Tambay, Senna, Alboretto, Lauda, Fabi all follow through. That's Nigel Mansell in Lotus number 12, who started from 16th place on the grid but is intent on moving up. His teammate, number 11, Elio De Angelis, is still the leader. Ayrton Senna in Tolman number 19 has closed right up on Patrick Tambay's Renault, but his race is not to last long. And number 6, the green and white car, the driver with the blue helmet, that's Keke Rosberg, who's also coming up from a very low grid position. But Mark Seurer's at the back of the field with the Arrows BMW, his race already run. And the leading trio is out in front. Warwick is 4th. And there goes Senna. His rear wing has come off just as he's entering the high-speed Ostkurve section at 170 miles an hour. Without its rear wing, the car goes out of control, slams into the barriers backwards. Senna is unhurt, but angry. With Senna out, Lauda is able to move up, but still at the front, it's De Angelis, Prost and Piquet, the leading trio. Derek Warwick is still 4th, Lauda 5th, Fabi 6th, Rosberg up to 7th, and Tambay is demoted to 8th. Rosberg's performance is tremendous because he started in 19th place on the grid and has moved up very quickly since the start. But now Elio De Angelis' car falters, the turbo has blown, and plumes of smoke followed by flame indicate expensive internal damage. The Lotus is out, it's a 2-car battle for the lead. Prost leads Piquet, but Piquet snatches the initiative and just a couple of corners later takes the lead. De Angelis struggles back to the pits with the back of his car well on fire. And now Nelson Piquet has taken the lead from Prost, going into the third chicane. So it's Brabham, McLaren, and in third place, Warwick's Lotus, but Warwick himself will soon come under pressure from Niki Lauda. The McLarens are certainly travelling very quickly, and only Piquet's Brabham has the legs of Alain Prost. Piquet pulls out a little way. Prost is trying all he knows, but he has made a conservative choice of tyre rubber and can't get close enough to overtake. Lauda has overtaken Warwick and is now third. Warwick is fourth. Rosberg is up to fifth. But Michele Alboreto in the Ferrari is in trouble. His engine is misfiring, and he has the first of several stops to try and cure electrical problems. This is Jacques Lafitte's Williams Honda, the teammate to Rosberg. He's blown his engine, but at the front the battle goes on, and still Nelson Piquet's Brabham leads Alain Prost's McLaren. But the other Williams Honda is also soon out, and Keke Rosberg runs home, having abandoned his car out on the circuit. Piquet continues to set a blistering pace. Prost is the only one who can stay with him, and Joe Gartner from the tail of the field comes in with his engine in pieces, and a fire extinguisher is needed to put out the flames. But storming up through the field is Nigel Mansell, who started 16th on the grid. He's already snatching 7th place, squeezing past the Ferrari of René Arnoux. And he's starting a drive which is going to take him up into the championship points. And now it's Nelson Piquet's turn to have trouble. His gearbox has started to play up, and Alain Prost catches right up with him. Niki Lauda, also going well, has set a fastest lap. And as Nelson Piquet struggles to find gears, first Alain Prost goes by and comes into the chicane at the top of the circuit ahead, and shortly afterwards Niki Lauda is easily able to overtake Piquet as well. And as Piquet struggles to maintain speed, the McLarens are now first and second. Nelson Piquet continues for another lap, initially in third place, but then as the other cars pass, it's clear that his race hasn't got long to go. And he comes into the pits. He plays a practical joke on the mechanics. "Change my tyres," he says. They rush into one of their high-speed tyre changes, and as soon as they've finished, having done a very good job in changing the tyres in 9.5 seconds, Piquet calmly undoes his seat belts and gets out. Fortunately, the mechanics see the joke, but Eddie Cheever, the American, is not a bit happy when once again his Alfa Romeo lets him down, and after a quick look at the back of the car, he walks disgustedly away. Alain Prost is now comfortably out in front. His teammate Niki Lauda got to within 4 seconds, then eased back, and now they're able to run home comfortable and dominating. This is the final lap. Into the stadium for the last time goes Prost. And the 9 points that he will earn from this victory will be some recompense for his unlucky non-finish at Brands Hatch 2 weeks ago, and will consolidate his position at the top of the World Championship. It's Prost's 4th win of the season and his 3rd Grand Prix win in his career. Niki Lauda finishes 2nd, so more points for him to consolidate his 2nd place in the championship table. Derek Warwick is 3rd for Renault, and Nigel Mansell is a superb 4th, having come all the way up from 16th place at the start. 5th is Patrick Tambay's Renault, and 6th René Arnoux' Ferrari. In the World Championship points position, Prost therefore moves 4.5 points ahead of Niki Lauda. Elio De Angelis, who didn't score after his retirement today, is still third. And in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren now have an enormous lead, but Ferrari and Lotus are level pegging in second place.